Hey, it's John Phillips. I'm Editorial Director of Maximum PC and Maximum Tech. And today I'm going to show you two new tablets. They're 7-inch tablets. One is the Viewsonic Viewpad 7. The other is the Samsung Galaxy Tab, and we're going to compare them to the iPad and some other mobile devices. So let's go. So the first thing I want to do is show you the broad continuum of these tablet-like devices. Some are full-on tablets, and they go all the way down to the smartphone in the form of the iPhone in this case. So number one, we have the iPad. It's the largest screen out of the 5 devices I'm showing here, 9.7 diagonal inches of screen real estate. This is sort of the standard bearer of what you need for a sublime tablet experience. It doesn't mean 7 inches is bad. Some people might actually like it more than the larger iPad, but you do get a lot more room to roam with your fingers when you're looking at content on the iPad. Next up is the Viewsonic Viewpad 7. This just came out. We got it about 3 work days ago, and this is Viewsonic's entry into the tablet market. As we'll show you later, it actually sort of has an iPhone-like industrial design. But this is a 7-inch display, as is the Samsung Galaxy Tab. Basically the same amount of screen real estate, although the pixel density is much deeper on the Galaxy Tab. And we'll be getting into that later as well. And then you experience a big drop-off when you get to the Dell Streak. We reviewed this about 2 months ago. Now this is a 5-inch device, and you're really not doing tablet-like things when you get to 5 inches. It's really a big honkin' cell phone. It has some uses, like its navigation is strong if you take it with you in the car, but beyond that, it's really not a tablet device. And then finally, we have the trusty iPhone. Best pixel density of any smartphone with the Retina display, the so-called Retina display. But you know, I'll tell you what, I used to use this for tablet functions when I first got it, and now that I have the iPad, I never use the iPhone again. Haven't used it since for anything approaching a tablet-like app. I'm actually thinking of switching to Windows Phone 7 for my smartphone now, just because the iPad handles tablet duties so well. And so that is the comparison of screen size. Next, we're going to take a much closer look at the 2 stars of today's show, the Viewpad 7 and the Galaxy. Okay, so now we're going to take a much closer look at the Viewpad 7 and the Samsung Galaxy Tab. So as I said before, the Viewpad has an iPhone kind of chassis. I actually like the industrial design of the Viewpad a little bit more than the Galaxy Tab. Galaxy Tab is basically all plastic without that metal band skirting around it. Now, that said, when you actually get into the screen quality, the Galaxy Tab does best the Viewpad 7. As you can see, it's a lot brighter. It's using what Samsung is calling their Super Tft Display. And in a nutshell, what that does is it sort of embeds the touchscreen technology directly in the display, and that eliminates an extra layer over the TFT, so you get a brighter display. The Viewpad 7, it doesn't have that. It's just basically a typical LCD display. Now, another thing that's going on with the Galaxy Tab is that it has a greater pixel density. And so the screen resolution on the Galaxy Tab is 1024 by 600. On the Viewpad 7, it's 800 by, I'm going to check my notes real quickly, doing a little cheat here. It's 800 by 480, which is the typical Android screen resolution. Now, Samsung is going off spec with the resolution on the Galaxy Tab, and so some apps that were developed with the Android 2.2 SDK, they're going to upscale when they are rendered on this display. But so far, we haven't seen any ugly apps. They all have looked pretty good. Although that being said, we've only spent a few days with each of these devices, and I wouldn't say that we've spent enough time to offer any definitive reviews. But let's go ahead and check out some apps in each one of these. So let's go to the calendar apps. Samsung has a pretty snazzy, bespoke calendar app, and we're going to zoom on over to calendar on the Viewpad. It's your basic Android calendar. Another thing I should mention is that both of these tablets are running Android 2.2, the Froyo version, so that's good. At least they're not running 2.1 or 1.6. They're not on Gingerbread yet, and we don't know if they're going to be upgraded to it. But at least they are running the bestest Android version you can get right now. So that is the calendar app. It's looking pretty good. Again, custom made by Samsung. It's a little bit snazzier. Going to jump around to week, month, list. It's working pretty well. Let's get out of calendar. And I'll just show you email for a second. I'm doing this upside down, so it's not the easiest in the world. Email. Another sort of custom app interface, courtesy of Samsung. And a little less pretty on the Viewpad side. Okay, let's check out Angry Birds. It just came to Android. Everyone's excited about that. Here, the screens, differences between the screens really begin to show. So let's load up Angry Birds. Should have turned off the sound. I didn't. I think we're going to hear some birds in a second. And I don't know if Alan, our cameraman, can pick this up, but they are looking a little bit better. Oh wait, we got this startup screen on the Samsung. There we go. So it's brighter on the Samsung. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it is just a lot more vibrant and saturated. It's a better screen. And so the Samsung definitely beats ViewSonic's Viewpad on that tip. Okay, another thing too is I want to point out just basically the speed of the user interface. The Samsung, the Galaxy Tab, has a 1 gigahertz ARM-based processor with PowerVR 3D graphics, and the Viewpad has a 600 megahertz Qualcomm processor. I think there's a lot of things going on under the hood, but what we're going to find is that just in general, the Samsung is a faster web browsing experience. So one of the things we can do is call up Maximum Tech. So again, let's see if I can do this upside down. And here we are loading them. Maximum Tech. They both render at about the same speed, but let's do some screen swipes. This is not as fast as the iPad. The iPad, you scooch your finger and it zooms off. It's very quick. It's more than fluid. It's just sort of effortless screen swiping. That's the Galaxy Tab. We'll try it on the Viewpad. A little bit slower. Yeah, it's just, I don't know if this is an optimization issue or a sheer clock speed issue, just not quite as fast. So that was a double tap to zoom on the Viewpad. We'll go for it on the Galaxy Tab. It sort of explodes out in a number of steps. It's an interesting point about how it renders a lot of content on the interface. But in general, I think you're seeing the faster processor at work there, more clock speed. Again, optimizations on the software end of things are always going to make a huge difference. We're finding that out more and more. But at some point, a 400 megahertz clock speed bump does make a difference. All right, next we're going to get into pricing.
Yeah.
Okay, now the pricing topic. Everyone wants to get into the nitty-gritty of hardware and what can it do, but at the end of the day, you are spending your own hard-earned money on it. You want to make sure you're getting a good deal, and there are some unique differences between the two 7-inch tablets at this point. So we'll start with the ViewSonic Viewpad 7. It is $479 completely unlocked. In fact, right now ViewSonic doesn't even have carrier deals. So while it does have 3G support, if you buy it when it comes out, which is going to be late November or early December, ViewSonic is hoping to get this done before Christmas. If you buy it, you're going to be buying a completely unlocked device. Of course, you have Wi-Fi to plug into the internet, and it does have 3G support, but right now there are no carrier deals. So that's $479 for the ViewSonic. Now, on the Samsung side of things, it's quite a bit more expensive. If you buy it completely unlocked, you're looking at $600 pretty much across the board, except for $650 from AT&T, but they don't make you sign up for some kind of $50 activation fee. So that's $600 versus $479. However, if you get a subsidized Galaxy Tab, you're dropping down to about $400. And all the major carriers are going to have Galaxy Tabs. For the ones that are going to have it for the subsidized price include, and here I am going on to script, T-Mobile, US Cellular, and Sprint. So you got sort of two options here. You can get the Viewsonic Viewpad 7 for $479. It's completely unlocked. You don't even have to worry about 3G data. Or you can get the Samsung Galaxy Tab for $600, maybe $650, completely unlocked, or get a 2-year contract for $400. You know what? I would not worry about 3G, and this is why. I bought my iPad Wi-Fi only version. I didn't wait for 3G, and I find that I never need it. Why? Because I already have a smartphone with 3G. So if I'm on the road somewhere, if I'm truly in an environment where I have no Wi-Fi access, I'm just going to pull out my smartphone anyhow. Given where I actually use the tablet, which means in hotel rooms, at home on the couch, in the patio with my own home Wi-Fi, I find that I'm never in a need of 3G. So I would say that if you're going to buy a tablet, you really should be looking at Wi-Fi only versions to start with. I'm not sure if 3G is that important. Just having 3G access in some way, shape, or form through the hardware foundations of the tablets is enough for me. So in a pinch, yeah, I could get a data plan, but I haven't found a need for one yet. So I think really what you're looking at here as far as the price to features comparison is how much more is the superior screen technology worth to me. So the Super TFT does give you a much more vibrant, saturated, spectacular screen, and you do get more pixels per square inch. That's worth something. Is it worth another 150, 125 bucks? That's really your call. I will say that these two tablets are the best Android tablets we've seen so far. They actually have version 2.2, so that's a step up. They're from pretty big name companies that took the time to do it right, and we've seen some really bad Android tablets. And you haven't seen those on video because we've decided not to show them to you. Maybe we'll round them up in some kind of losers parade. But for now, these are the two best. We need to wait for the final review before I pass a referendum on whether it beats the iPad. So stay tuned for that. And so that's it. We just checked out the current crop of the best available Android tablets. More on the way. We're going to see some much larger screens. They may not be Android, but they'll be non-Apple tablets. So stay tuned for more tablet coverage on Maximum PC and Maximum Tech.